Welcome. Thanks for joining us for this edition of Scope. Tauruba community on the Rigo coast of Central Province is now a declared open defecation-free community as of Friday, October 15th. The declaration was made in commemoration of the World Hand Washing Day. Tauruba is one of 80 communities selected for this program, which is an initiative of Anis Foundation.
On World Hand Washing Day on October 15, 2021, it was relevant to declare Tauruba Village community as the open defecation-free community on this day. Chief Executive Officer of Anis Foundation, Sil Poi, acknowledged the World Hand Washing Day observed throughout the schools in Papua New Guinea as directed by the Secretary for Education.
In all the schools and probably in health centers or community all over the world, they are celebrating today as International Day for Hand Wash. And we have been ignorant or neglecting, or we have been just wanted to be the way we are, and we overlook the importance of washing our hands. Washing our hands, we are protecting ourselves.
Tauruba community covers 5 kilometers of hamlets that were included in the ODF program conducted by the Anis Foundation and UNICEF over the period of 5 weeks. The project was funded by the government of Japan to install VIP latrines in 30 schools and the feeder communities of Rigo District in Central Province, totaling 80 communities.
There are organizations and donors who made this day possible for us and who made this activity available for the people of Rigo. And I need to acknowledge their contributions. I want us to give a big clap to the people of Japan for funding the WASH program in Central Province, especially in Rigo District. And the people of Japan have been a major donor to a lot of developments in the country, in the Pacific and all over the world as well. And I would also like to extend our gratitude to UNICEF, our implementing partner. UNICEF made this funding possible.
Poi said when the money was made available under the COVID-19 program, they were looking at funding a district in Central Province. The Rigo District Development Authority reached out its hand to grab it, but the program is 100% funded by the government and people of Japan.
This program is not funded by the government. This program is not funded by our DDA, even though they accepted the program and they are the key partner to this program. They didn't spend a single toya on this program. All the funding comes from the people of Japan. It's a free gift to the people of Rigo.
Naomi Dare, as the program manager for the ODF program, explained the ODF concept.
There's a new technology which is ventilated improved pit latrine. As community all have that, then the open defecation is declared today. So for the last 5 weeks, I was working with the community, and the toilet that we're doing is 1 meter, and you'll have a sealed pit with a house, the wall, and a door, and a lid for the toilet pit, and the roof, and then we have the vent pipe, which will take out the bad odor. So when community is complete, every household have that, then now we are celebrating that.
Naomi further explained that the method they are using qualifies the VIP toilets to be in par with international standards.
This new technology that we are introducing in the community, it's 100% safe. It's just like the septic ones, the international standard. International standard toilet is 100% safe. And the one that we are doing in the community, it's also 100% safe, but we are using the local materials at no cost.
Naomi further explained the ODF as in communities taking the lead to keeping their waste safe, and when all the waste is disposed in the toilet, then the community is declared ODF.
So now we know that the whole Tauruba community is open defecation free. That means everybody's waste is into the toilet. No more bush and no more bad toilets. They have the minimum standard safe toilet.
Ward Councillor of Tauruba Village, Tauwari, said the program was an eye-opener and they were fortunate to have been chosen out of 64 schools in the district.
Health and hygiene in the community is a concern, a great concern, basically because the people have been living ignorantly. Most people don't have any proper toilets, facilities to relive when the nature calls.
While appreciating the contribution from the donors and implementers for the toilets, head teacher of Tauruba points out a missing element in the wash combination. The community does not have a constant water supply. The school depends on rainwater catchment whole year round.
We salute you for the job well done, and we are looking forward to see the program accomplished and where only the toilets, the international toilets are being completed while we are looking for the partner. Because what program it says water, sanitation, and hygiene. So where is our water? Anis Foundation, you are so kind to us, where you have built our toilets. And I believe by 2022 we'll be using that. But meantime, we are waiting for our water. They work together. Toilet, sanitation, and water goes together. So we are still waiting at still point.
To signify the World Hand Washing Day, students were again reminded of the steps in the correct and healthy way of hand washing. The elementary school students were also shown the right way to wash their hands using the sink at the school water tank. Adults also follow suit in washing their hands to signify the World Hand Washing Day. Open defecation free is a concept of behavioral change, and with Tauruba Primary School and community being declared an ODF community, it is well on its way to changing behaviors for a healthy and safe community.
When we come back, public servants provided training in small to medium enterprise to train citizens in respective districts and provinces. The Small and Medium Enterprises Corporation certified 57 Southern Region public servants under its SME Training of Trainers program recently. The graduates are now fully equipped to go back to their districts and provinces and train their people on how to start and grow small businesses.
Since July, the Small and Medium Enterprises Corporation, or SMEC, has been running small macro enterprise training of trainers for public servants throughout the country. For 2 weeks, 57 public servants from the Southern Region, NCD, Milne Bay, Oro, Central, Gulf, and Western provinces attended the training. Petrus Raldas, SMEC CEO, said the training is targeting provincial business development officers, district business development officers, LLG business development officers, and officers within the district development authorities and the local level governments. This was the last training after conducting similar workshops in the Highlands, Momase, and the New Guinea Islands region. Ralda said after this graduation, the training would have certified 320 public servant officers throughout Papua New Guinea.
We saw that to support the government's vision and priorities on the SME sector, one very important program that we would run is the SME capacity building, changing the mindset of the people. If you look at, like I said, if you look at it, almost around 85 to 90% of our people are in the rural area. They don't know how to start business. They have the land. They have the aspirations. They want to do something, but they don't know how to do it. So one way to do it, to implement this capacity building program is to build the capacity of the provinces, districts, and LLCs. SME Corporation cannot do it alone because the sector is so big and so complex. So with those limited resources, the management decided that, okay, we will run regional TOT programs. And this is the first time ever we have run a massive capacity building program in the country. We run smaller TOTs, but not in a way like this.
The public servant said the program has enhanced their skills to go back to their respective districts and provinces to train other business-minded individuals on how to start and grow their small businesses.
Under the leadership of our governor, he came to set up this NCD SME Service Center. And people were psyched up because hearing of the NCD Service Center, they came rushing to City Hall. People are like, come SME, and people are like, joining SME. And you know, the tool, the skills and the knowledge that is needed to run the SME Service Center was not there. I once again would like to thank SME Corp for coming in the right time. The training and the skills that is obtained through this 2 weeks training will be like an engine that will roll and that will move the city. And that will also help the other participants that come from other provinces as well. You know, government talking about empowering more people, moving more, economically empowered. You have to put things in place before we talk about financially empowering our people. If one part is missing, we cannot make it through. All that are left now must come together to move a person one step ahead. And this training here is very important. I've been talking about SME, informal economy, all my years. White grass cannot be this. But the tool that I need was not there.
Luvakai Kasivia, Kiriwina District Development Officer, said when he returns to his island in Milne Bay Province, he will empower more Kiriwina Islanders to venture into fish farming and to find the right market for their products.
They say that back at home they've already started SME. So with the training I had with SMEC, it will be helpful to our people because they've already started SME. Yes.
What kind of business are they
Currently, back at our LLG, the most successful businesses are the retail businesses. For agricultural, we, as you know, Kiriwina good enough, the LLG itself, our land mass is not that big, so we really don't concentrate on agricultural projects. But for other fisheries products that we already kickstart with shark fins and also fish as well. We're only trying to identify market outside for our people.
The participants also came up with recommendations for the Department of Commerce, which is in charge of the Small and Medium Enterprises Corporation, an agency that is responsible for SME development in the country.
Some of the things that we wish to see from SMEC and DCI and other stakeholders, one of those things that we wish to see come to materialize is the SME credit guarantee scheme with BPNG. We feel that that is the step in the right direction to help our SMEs and promote and develop our SMEs. So we really wish to see that thing come to materialize quickly as possible so that we can assist our SMEs at the provincial and district level. Another thing that on behalf of our team in here, we really want to see is NDB to immediately or start lending that money that SMEC and DCI have given to them, that 80 million kina. We really want to see that NDB has to immediately start lending that money to help our SMEs and cooperative societies at the provincial and district level. And finally, another thing that we wish to see is preserving of business activities for our small people in the villages and rural areas. We are looking forward for government and SMEC and NCD to make so work along with the government so people can finalize and fast track so that at least we preserve some business activities in the country for our small people.
The rollout of the Training of Trainers program is an important impact project under the Marape Basel government towards its commitment to MSME development at the provinces, districts and local level government levels. These participants will be able to secure funding from BSP and the National Development Bank under the government's 200 million kina MSME concessional loans to start businesses. Central Province Administrator Francisco Abba, during the graduation, said the provincial government is supporting the government's policy on SME and is also empowering its people at the provincial level.
After the break, a recap of recent events surrounding COVID-19 vaccination, as health workers are being targeted by anti-vaccine members of the public. Reactions to COVID-19 vaccination has heightened as members of the public protest against getting the jab. In Ley and Port Moresby, people have come out to show their frustration avoiding Nuplapasin protocols to say no to COVID-19 vaccination. Sadly, health workers, frontliners in the fight against COVID-19, are being caught in the middle as they are subjected to public attacks for simply doing routine work.
The country's Prime Minister has acknowledged the high level of resistance shown by the public against COVID-19 vaccination. The no jab, no job policy in some workplaces across the country has spilled onto public streets.
The no jab, no job issue has rose to prominence. Some are genuine concerns. Some people do not fully understand what are the consequences of the exposure to workplace safety.
This protest, staged 6 days ago in the nation's capital, clearly illustrates the lack of understanding and misinformation being shared in the public space. Besides defying government-imposed COVID-19 protocols and regulations, the message being carried by these anti-vaccine protesters indicates there is a widespread of misinformation being shared not only about the vaccine, but about the cause behind protesting mandatory vaccination.
The social medias and the fake news have sort of impressed on our people much more than the reality of the benefits of vaccines. I was informing a caller who called in for WeWork last night. He was saying, Mr. Prime Minister, and we're seeing coins and telephones being stuck on the side of people who get jabbed. And I said, well, if someone who experiencing this comes by to the National Control Center as a coin still stuck at where he got vaccinated or mobile still stuck there, I will give you 1,000 kina. So it's more or less I'm telling them it's fake, it's not happening.
But it's still a personal choice, says the Prime Minister and every member of Parliament under the Marape-led government.
I personally and as a government we subscribe to people making their own choice for vaccinations. We will not be forcing people to be vaccinated, but we also being responsible. We will not shut down our economy. Our economy must be alive to ensure money is generated for our schools, our roads, our health, education, our needs as a country. And so that workplace safety requirement is something that we're really going down deep on.
The past week had been a roller coaster of displays of frustration by the general public as the government makes attempts to encourage its citizens that it was safe to take the vaccine. In Eastern Highlands Province, a lockdown was imposed by the provincial pandemic controller. The province is one of 10 listed as high risk for increased reported cases of COVID-19, including the Delta variant. When the Provincial Controller's Desk resolved to let the 6 a.m. to 2 p.m. curfew continue, members of the public in the provincial capital disagreed. Police had to step in to stop protesters who were mostly the travelling public. In Leh, where the no jab, no job policy was first implemented, protests staged by affected workers spilled onto the streets. And while the fight for freedom of choice against the COVID-19 vaccine is shared, it has taken a dangerous turn. Members of the public who are against vaccination have been targeting health workers, even those carrying out routine health programs in the community. Verbal and physical attacks on health workers were reported in a couple of areas, including Top Town, where a vaccination awareness team was sworn at and hit with stones. Then a team at West Taraka was attacked. 2 members were wounded and their medical supplies destroyed. Now urban clinics in Leh have closed out of fear of protesters, who have gone beyond the cause by demanding that any member of the public wearing a mask must remove it. And who should suffer from this? Everyone who is in need of medical attention, including babies who need their routine immunization. Leh police have been at the helm of preventing more damage to other citizens and their properties.
They have concerns, but protest is illegal. So we need to stop them all. So, but we must create an avenue where all appropriate authorities must arm crime people, because that you may not make him, maybe forcing population long, make a kind of situation back come up. Because when people are looking for answers, that's to the extreme one can come up.
And to the extreme they did, these anti-vax protesters. It was also reported that medical officers of the St. John Ambulance Service were threatened by bystanders. It was the second incident on the ambulance service within a space of 2 weeks, while they were attending to an emergency. The latest was on Boinamo Gravel Road. According to St. John Ambulance in Leh, it is not running COVID-19 vaccine awareness, but the skepticism and misinformation has put its staff at risk as well.
St. John chair, all people relate to Musiblarem, look out in this service, and first of which kind of come up here. Now already the government is investing in charge of Albimola ambulance. So in saying that ambulance, no health workers, you may need to look at the services. No one can misunderstanding and trying to attack more.
It is believed that those against the COVID-19 vaccine are under the impression that any health worker conducting business in the community is either advocating for COVID-19 vaccination or administering it. And as for COVID-19 vaccination on workplace health and safety, the debate continues to find a fine balance between infringing on the rights of people and protecting the rights of people also.
I acknowledge that COVID-19 is a huge security issue. It's a huge economic issue also, and it's just not a health issue. And so that has been recognized in the last meeting in the National Security Council, that COVID is a security issue. And now instruction has been passed on to National Control Center to tailor how do we live with COVID-19 going forward in respect to what we've been doing the last 2 years and what is coming ahead.
And amidst all this, the 2022 National General Election will not be deferred, the Prime Minister says.
That ends another episode of Scope. A kind reminder to apply simple measures to prevent the transmission of the coronavirus. Regularly wash your hands with soap and water, cough or sneeze into your elbow, and exercise social distancing. If you are feeling sick, please stay at home. You can also call the COVID-19 hotline number for more information or assistance. Thanks for your company. See you in our next episode of Scope.